Microphone check. Let me see. Microphone check. Okay. Appreciate that, man. I can't believe I've been speaking this whole time and ain't nothing been coming through. But I got on here and I specifically said, starting off, I got an announcement, man. I for whatever reason I woke up feeling a lot greater than and like a different person, still myself and everything. 100. All right. Shout out to you for coming through and dropping a comment too, bro. Um, I was just saying, and I said that this wasn't going to be a long video. I started off saying as well that it was going to be probably 2 minutes. As we can see, that went a little longer. And then I changed it to 10 minutes. I know I ain't going over 10. But at the end of the day, I realized that people cannot debate my information as far as what I'm bringing, as far as this discovery and everything, and that the support that I do not get, that I rank about so much, is personal. And the thing that people that I realize as well is that y'all know that I can't make y'all, and I'm not speaking specifically to you in the comment section. Um, I'm speaking to anybody who views this video and views and watches my content. I can't, y'all know as much as I do, I can't make y'all do anything. Y'all even say that. That's what this whole government thing is about, controlling the mental, right? That people go against, that everybody's supposed to be going against, the powers that be, the government that tries to control the mind, right? Well, I can't make people do anything. So the way and the level that people choose to support and everything, that's their own choice. That's not me making. I'm not making people do anything. And quite frankly, everything that I've been saying about I don't even know where my thoughts. I hate that microphone wasn't on, honestly, bro, because I'm trying to pick up it and not forget certain points. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just at a point in my life of realization that I'm doing what's right, and that's really all that matters. That's all that matters. Is that I know that I'm trying to do what's right, and people choose not to support because of something personal. It can't be anything else at this point. That's all it is. It's personal character dislike. That's all it is at this point. Personality dislike. It's nothing to do with the information. And the times that I have had people on my panel, and I've always had the floor. Yes, I'm not the type of person who comes on here and says, "Y'all come on, open. I'm opening the panel. I'm doing this." I don't do the whole open panel every show thing. I never mind doing such, but like I say, this channel is dedicated specifically to 45-degree work and discoveries. But the people that I have had on my panel, the times that I have had them up here specifically, I've only had 4 people up here to speak with me. And out of those 4 people, I've only got into it with one person. Actually, that one person that I got into it with, they actually started it in my comment section. But the other 3 people that I've talked to on my panel, I'm not the rude type of person that cuts people off and tells them, "This is my panel. This is how we gonna do this. This is this. I don't do all of that. I don't mute people's mics. I don't eject people off of my panel. And those 3 others that were on my panel, we talked. I let them actually do more of the talking than I did, honestly. My floor is always open for people to come up and debate, but people do not and have not ever debated my work because they cannot, because it's fact based. It's a law of nature, literally. 45 degrees is a law of nature. No, people have to think about the fact that your compasses are divided up into the math of the compasses is always going to be consistent no matter whether the earth is a globe with planetaries up in the sky so-called space, or whether it's flat with other worlds. Okay. We haven't seen these other worlds and things like that. So people really don't know what the structure outside of the earth really is as far as alternative worlds, that there are other lands on this so-called flat earth. But one thing I can tell you is that if there are other centers and that the North Pole is not the only center, then what I can tell you is that any North Pole that there is will always consistently have the same math. It will not change. Four directions is always going to be four directions. A circle is always going to be a circle. A square is always going to be a square. These are laws of nature. This is something that cannot be changed. And at the end of the day, people have to realize I'm I'm certainly I open the floor for people to debate my information at any time that they want to. And people have chosen not to do such because they don't have the I don't even know what it is that they don't have. They don't have this. I don't even know what it is at this point. That's why I say it's something personal, definitely, as far as when people don't support, because I got irrefutable evidence behind everything that I'm saying, and I just wanted to get on here really, man, and just tell people, bro. I wanted to tell people as well, the people that do support genuinely. I want to say thank you. That's of course few, as we can see right now. Um, the people who genuinely support, thank you, number one. The other people who choose not to, hey, like that's what I really made this little short little video for, is to let people know I know that it's something personal, and I also know that I also don't care. I don't care. Period, point blank. At this point, I'm grateful for everything, and I want everybody to be successful. That's one thing that I will say. And next time, matter of fact, we ain't gonna even talk about that. That's just gonna be action. I ain't gonna even warn people about that. That's just gonna be action. Uh, but yeah, I might keep this video up. I might not. Who knows? I might. Especially being that the first 5 minutes was muted. It might be senseless to even keep this up, but I thank everybody who does support, and this is this has been a great journey. We approaching the end of 2021, going into 2022, which is supposed to be a number of change. The number two is dealing with change. I've told people that just like 2020 and 2022 is going to be a lot of changes. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let this one halt here. Let that be done, and y'all will see me very, very soon. I mean, very soon. So peace out, man. And PR Core is gonna go ahead and let this be terminated, unless anything else comes to mind while I'm doing what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just I'm very grateful for everything in life, man. I mean everything. Everything. A lot of y'all gotta think about where you could be. You gotta be out of the millions of things that are not millions, countless things that's in the world being generated, dying and generated, and it's birthed into this reality. You gotta be thankful for who you are and where you at. Once you realize that you could have been anything, you could have been anybody. And this whole heaven and hell concept, part of what I'm realizing is that with this whole soul thing that we looking at, the point in time that you are born into, that's something that we don't control. That's the divine source that controls that, where you get dropped off, the point in time. See, when we talk about stuff that happens, or what's happened in the past shall happen in the future, what's happened already happened in these different ideologies that people come with. We don't control time itself. Some people try to speculate that time is not real. That's one of those paradoxical type of things right there, where some You can view it as real and not real. Physically, it is real. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, where you get dropped off in time, you might get dropped off in the past. You know, in some past time by the Creator, and that past time was a hell on earth. In the future, it might be pure, almost heaven on earth. Who knows? But where you get dropped off at in time, like we dropped off right now in a median, it's heaven and hell going on, both of them. Where you get dropped off in this so-called time that we live in, time matrix, is a great view of what heaven and hell is. So I'm always looking at life and wondering why and how I ended up being who I am. And always, of course, thankful for who I am. Because I realized that out of the countless things that's dying and living right now, I could be anybody. I literally could be anybody. You got people out there in Africa. Ain't got a pot to piss in, literally. That's a saying that's been passed around forever. You got people out here who can't even grow their food in their land. The ancients in the past used to look up to the sky and look and predict certain weather and droughts and stuff. That's stuff that we're not connected to no more. When it comes to this whole astrology, astronomy stuff. They used to predict certain seasons and how things would go as far as crops and stuff like that. Now, as we look at ourselves, we let the powers that be control all of that stuff as far as crops and everything. They control our food, everything. So I'm just at the point in my life where I'm just extremely thankful for who I am, being able to create what I'm creating, being the only person on earth to create it. Literally, and the only thing that people can, when I say first, I got to say in this generation, I'm looking back at the ancients in the past. They knew something similar, but when it comes to the number 4.5 specifically, nobody else has been emphasizing that. I can factually say that nobody has been emphasizing that, but you can see due to the fact that 45 degrees is a universal constant and the ancients were extremely smart. They knew about what I'm doing. And with this time travel thing, like I just talked about, the time and the point in time that you get dropped off in. I talk about those Nazca lines all the time. The fact that I can draw. The fact that I speculate that I've been here before. I feel that I've been here before quite often. I just don't definitively say that. I don't seek for divination and trying to go into the past and trying to see, meditate myself into the past or meditate myself into the future. You can get lost in a lot of that. But what people got to realize is when it comes to this time travel thing, being that nobody else has created this on Earth, this is a map. I'm letting people know that now. This is a map. This is a piece of technology on paper. That's what's crazy about it. If time travel is real, think about, or is to become real or revealed as real, which I strongly sense that it is possible. And the reason why is because I got common sense to know that the technology that they allow us to use, as powerful as it is, and we can perceive that, there is no way in the world they don't have something that's way more powerful than us, than what we use, and they allow us to use. So no way in the world. So what's the next step beyond this? What's the next step beyond phones where you literally looking at screens and everything is clear? Everything is, it's almost like you looking straight at the person. Sometimes the detail is more crisp than in person. The next step is a portal. And all of that portal tech, that's all connected to time travel, going through portals. I actually been looking at this. When you look into the Chicana, which is the name of this symbol for the ancients, at least the Andean cross or the Incan cross, the Inca cross. If you research it and look into it, it's actually, they considered it as a portal. The eye is the window to the soul. That's why my eye is in the center of my work. It's part of it. I've been telling people it's nothing to do with showing some type of condolences to the Illuminati, nothing like that. If anything, it's showing them that I know what y'all know, and I actually figured out something that y'all ain't even know. That they straight up. I've been telling people, showing people. The Freemasons' hands has been shown in everything else. As far as ancient stuff, the Nazca lines is the final frontier. NASA, liars and deceivers. NASA. They sound just about the same. And these Nazca lines were made to be viewed from the same area that NASA penetrates. It's something going on with my being and what I'm doing and it's a message that's to be revealed with what I'm doing that I ain't comprehended yet. That's why I'm working as diligently as I am on it. And if time travel is real, one thing that people gonna realize is this that I'm creating, which is a star map, might be something that's gonna link to something in the future. As far as that time traveling loop, some type of meeting. Because when you look into and research this, it's actually called a bridge, a portal, a bridge. Because that's what a portal is. A portal is literally it's a circle, yes, but it's like a bridge that it's literally like a bridge when you think about it. You in one world and then you cross that bridge and end up where? In another world. That's what a portal does. It's like a bridge. So that's what I'm saying with this right here. It would certainly function like that in the future. This might be some type of huge help in the future to where when people time travel with, and like I say, they probably doing it now. They probably practicing it, working on the technology as we speak. Military tech. I mean, all of the UFO sightings and stuff like that. Unidentified flying objects. I just saw something actually yesterday where somebody posted something on Instagram. Something flew through a portal, and it wasn't made up. This is somebody living. This was not CGI. It was filmed straight from their phone, no edit or nothing. In the sky, flew through a portal. Weird looking type of thing. So whatever is going on is some type of intelligence shift that's going on right now as we speak. That's why the technology, yes, is advancing so fast, because it's coming from a alternative, a source of higher intelligence that only certain people is tapped into. And that's part of what my work is tying into. This right here, it's a reason why I can go back to ancient cultures like Petra, which have carvings. And I could take my work, my discovery, and sit it right inside of the step carvings in Petra. And I show it, dang, portals again, that's coming right back up, because that show where I talked about that, I linked that with Mario and the portals that you go through when he go to the different worlds. I could sit my symbol right inside of those steps and it'll fit perfectly. And the reason why that those, when I'm talking about the electromagnetic grid of the earth and how if it is a certain shape, which, if it ain't a globe, then that means that the grid will have to change as well. The grid will have to change shape. That's just common sense. And these different points on the earth, such as Petra, like I just mentioned, which is just one place, could be specific points that were pointed out, and they built those monuments in certain energetic points because Petra was a trade for Egypt, Mesopotamia. It was a trade. It was used as a trade. So when you think about portals and getting things from people, question how certain stuff, rocks, these huge ass rocks was moved from one place, sometimes across waters, and used to build certain monuments on another place. And they wonder how it was possible. Because I've been telling people, even with the UFOs, with how they move, that same energy to move that fast and flip flying objects like that in midair is the same exact energy that you would use in order to move these stones. Straight up. And that's the type of technology that they have. That's the next step that's ahead. That's why I've been telling people, if you think that it's impossible to build a pyramid, the Great Pyramids of America, which I coined, which I'm creating a blueprint of, look into and research the blueprint of New Jerusalem. It's the reason why the Nazca lines pops up. The Nazca Sun started. I'm working on. It's a reason. The New Jerusalem is questionable to be a pyramid or a cube. One of the two, as far as the dimensions that they spoke of, and I'm not doing that on purpose. Okay, but I speculate. Man, it's just really, I'm going through an awakening phase in life, man, and this is a really meaningful project. It truly is. It's a really meaningful project, man, and I know that I'm growing spiritually, and it's like it's something that's communicating with me. I can feel myself evolving, and at the end of the day, it's something in the future that knows something about me. And the way that people view me right now is not what I'm going to be forever. Because I can feel in my heart where I am right. I'm not going to be like this. 2 years from now, I ain't going to be like this, bro. I can feel that. If I'm blessed to be here, gifted, better to say, because some people don't like the word blessed. I could feel the change happen. I don't know about other people and how connected they is, but like I say, I don't seek for no type of divination to time travel into the future. But I think that something is happening to where it's certain stuff, man, that I'm realizing, you can desire to do certain stuff, but power is gonna seek you. It's gonna seek certain people. And the power that one is granted has nothing to do with how other people view you on this earth. It's all dealing with divine power and how higher power views you, your future self, because your future self, everything is about advancing and growing. Your future self is your so-called higher self. Your past self, your bad mistakes that you made in the past to put you where you are now, bad or good, that's your lower self. Your so-called lower self is your past self, the past you. So at the end of the day, my higher self, I know that the way that I'm thinking right now, the only thing that's stopping me is earthly stuff. That's the only thing. Root chakra, period. That's why people hear me. That's why I say to people, I got no problem with admitting that I'm in my root chakra. Because if y'all see yourselves in y'all crown chakra and look down on me for representing the fact that I'm in my root chakra and saying that proudly, because I'm getting out of that and I'm climbing. If y'all in y'all crown chakra, I'm not laughing to be rude, but I'm just saying, like, that's it. Cause I'm powerful as I'm powerful as I am in my root chakra. I'm on people's level, seeing eye to eye and root, and I got stuff pulling me down, latches that I'm chains that I'm breaking. So that's why I tell people, imagine when I'm there. And I broke this whole process down to where when I'm 33, that's when I get my crown. When I turn 33, that's when I'm going to be at stage 7, the crown chakra, or stage 0, because I've been learning as well. I've been breaking down the numbers to where I kind of started seeing when I count these chakras, I count them from the top down. start at zero, which is the crown, zero. That's just one way to view it. But regardless, by the time I get to my crown chakra, I can only imagine what I'm gonna be doing and the level of focus, because that's what all of this has to deal with, is focusing. My microphone keep on messing up too. That's what all of this has to deal with, is focusing. When I reach my crown chakra, all of this earthly stuff I know I won't be focused on. And that's part of why I'm sharing my journey, is because people get to see something that was shit, complete shit, ground, dirt on the ground being molded into a brick, being molded into a fine crafted brick with perfect 90-degree angles. And I think that's amazing because it's inspiring. Instead of just walking in on a movie and you see the end, nobody just want to see the beautiful end of a movie. People don't just pay to see the beautiful end of a movie. You watch the full movie. You want to see everything that happens. That's why I don't trip on nobody coming in and judging me about where I'm at right now and viewing me a certain way. Because I know that I'm not going to be like this forever, because I wasn't like I was in the past. I'm not who I was in the past. I've grown since then. But in some ways, I've deteriorated as well. That's a fact. That's an admittable fact. But if I'm in my root right now and other people are so-called in their crown, buddy, 7 years from now, if you still around, I'm telling you, the impact that because this is just the ground. This is it that I'm laying. It's amazing how stuff is. This is the foundation that I'm creating. I'm working right now as we speak. I'm taking a pause and a little break to speak with the people. But I got my work in front of me right now. This is the foundation. Literally, it's flat as a mug. And I'm literally going to grow from the flatness that I've created. So, I mean, it's been an amazing journey. 2021 has been an amazing journey. An appreciative journey. 2020 even itself was amazing, but it was chaotic as a mug. I can say that it was very chaotic. It was, I mean, people gonna look back at that year and it's gonna be laughable, man, because it's like we was on a different planet. Almost, man. But just to think, man, that ain't even near as worse as it can get or what's to come. When people realizing, it's chaotic in other places of the earth. We just got it great where we at. That's why I said what I said in the beginning too. I think about where I'm at, and I could have been anywhere else. What if I would have been in one of them countries like Turkey, where they fighting because they got this whole shutdown going on because of this C virus? They literally got to fight for their rights to be free. In a lot of places, Australia, these different places, out of the billions of endless things that's being generated and dying, I could have been anybody else on earth, but here I am. Here I am. And no matter how bad it gets, I want God to know, the Creator to know that I'm appreciative of where I'm at. That's why actions right now and what one chooses to do really matters. Specifically myself. I really care about the actions that I choose to partake in, the thoughts even that I choose to partake in, because all of that matters. Like I say, we can't control what, you can listen to a man that's wise. I'll admit that these men is wise to say the things that some of the stuff that they say. But no man can prove that you chose to be who you are. No man can prove that. They can speculate that. No man can prove that. And I say, who would choose to be in a deformed body? Come on now. Who would choose to be and have parents that would neglect them in the first place? And they end up with a whole life. Who would choose to go through something like I did as a child? That's why the creator drops you off in these certain points of time. If everything is recursive and happens over and over again. That's if I can't even prove that. That's why I don't talk about a lot of stuff like this. I'm just having an open heart moment. I am a very ground-based, proof-based person. And y'all will see that when I have I ain't even gonna go into that because that's gonna be action. But when old buddy and you see stuff changes up, I tell people, but they can't see it. People too blind to see it, man. I'm telling you, bro, niggas change up. Niggas change up. I'm telling you, by now, I'm just saying. I'm speaking subliminal, but when that time come, it ain't gonna be no subliminal at all. I'm saying right now because I just don't even want to mention it, bro. But I see differences in how niggas move when it come down to the grain. I'm not playing, bro. Ain't nobody out here gonna say that they the only one to do something when I'm out here revolutionizing what niggas know. Ain't nobody gonna get on no computer and draw up something on paint and then tell the people I'm the only one qualified to do such and such and think that I ain't and say that ain't nobody gonna check me on it. I'll let you have your little fun while you got it. I'm not there to be disruptive, and I stay in I'm not the only one who stays or is that right to stay in the comment section. It got nothing to do with being scared of any man on this earth. It's called wisdom. It's called reserving your energy. I'm not finna get on no panel to where somebody got the permission and audacity to cut me off or mute me at any time that they choose to. I don't like that shit. I know how to be quiet. I got freedom of speech. If you get out of line, I should be able to have the right to get out of line, whether it's on your panel or not. You ain't gonna just treat me like dirt. I don't like that. And even when I get on somewhere, I always come with facts. So if a nigga want to say they the only one, I got nothing but endless proof. I'm gonna prove it that they ain't the only shit. All somebody got to do is scroll down my channel for the past 1.5 years and more. Who else has made a mathematical discovery like this? That's right. I want people to be, I love when people at moments like this I don't be needing a cosign or nothing. I don't need nobody to help defend me. But when I see people do say anything, when I see people do say, man, look, PR Corey is this and that, he doing it, I appreciate it. I shout them out. Straight like I just did somebody from my Instagram when they show me love like that. It's rare. I used to always get that when I was about another man, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa. People was on my, it was big then. You gonna be big, bro. You gonna be this, you gonna be that. But people ain't saying that with this. And this got to deal with the greater than any man on earth, the creator, which might not be man or woman in the end. Just being real. Just being real. I told people I'm not playing, man. I'm very, very serious behind what I do. I'm not playing. I'm not joking. If anything, we all here to help each other progress, but people want to be ball hogs and want to be the star of the show and not have nobody else get no shine. It's a reason why niggas don't send nobody over here to my channel. And then when I get on, they make the excuse and say, when you get on here, that's your job. You get on here, you tell people to go to your channel. They don't have the same respect and energy that they have with other people. They'll say real quick and then a lie and say they don't watch nobody's stuff. Will lie and say they don't watch nobody, don't watch and they ain't subscribed to nobody on YouTube. 2 months later, they talking about subscriptions. And people want to look at me like I'm the problem and they don't want to call nobody out on their bullshit. I ain't hating on nobody, bro. When I show this shit, I don't see how anybody with a logical mind and eyes to see, a mind to think, would not see what I'm saying. I ain't got no reason to hate on anybody. Subscribers, and I'm not jealous of anybody and their subscription count and their viewership. I'd be wondering why the hell people don't support that's watching my stuff. The little 20 people that I watch my stuff, I'd be surprised I don't get 10 likes, at least half of the viewership. I understand people might come back and rewatch a video and stuff, but the video, when it comes to a point of and why I say the things that I say and act like I act, it really meant something to me when I realized that people watched me in pain and having a seizure. I got more views on that than I got with the information that I bring. And I never said nothing. Like I hold stuff in. I realized something about everybody subscribed to me. Now, the people who did say, and show some type of concern and stuff like that, I didn't post that to get anything out of anybody. No pity, no sympathy, or nothing. I just wanted people to see what's real, man. What I got to deal with. And that's only a piece of it. But people wanted to see me. It's like, I could bet you I got motherfuckers that's watching this channel later that laughed at me. For having seizures. They was glad to see me in some form of struggle. And that's the most fucked up as you can get. That's just being real. I can get more viewers and more likes on something where I have seizures, something that ain't providing nothing. But then when I'm up here working, I don't get nothing. Y'all and people don't get why I act like I got the right to act like I act. That's straight up. Because and other people will upload videos and just be talking and they'll get all kind of support. I could really get off of the ground if people just did their job and support it, period. I could really get off of the ground. People spread the word like they do with other people and was enthusiastic about I don't know what people expect out of me as far as personality. I don't be on here to clown and do all of the acting up and just putting on a show and stuff like that, man. I just be my organic self, bro. I know how to kick it too. Yeah, I love to listen to music, have fun, do all of that shit too, but it's not time for that. I realize I'm the type of person, I handle bit when I see and observe the world around me and I see that we're in a chaotic time and it's a time crunch time, I'm not here to waste time. I'm going to get my work done first. That's how I was raised. Get your work done first. Kick it later. You can do all of that kicking it and stuff later. I'm not here to kick it and have fun right now. I can do that later once everything is set. No matter how long that takes. Every now and then, yeah, it's cool to have fun. But when you sitting up having drinking beers and man, look here, bro. I got off track with working out. But I told myself I'm going to do this. I'm going to start a pyramid and I'm going to start from the ground. Yeah, I'm glad that I lost my body that I did have. Because now I got to rebuild it back and it's going to be greater than it was before. And I'm going to do that on camera. Skin and bones. Man, I was hitting 120 push-ups. Like, I wasn't on Bruce Lee level, but that's always been who I look to. As far as strength, physical strength and stuff. I ain't never been one of them guys who looked at size. I'm all about speed, because speed is power. Yeah, a lot of people just confuse it with power is just power, but speed is power. And the reason why I say that is because when you can get more stuff done in an amount of time that it'll take other people, I don't know how long, that's power. That's that's power, bro. When you can get so much done in a short amount of time, it'll take everybody else, I don't know how long to finish that. That's why I grind like I do. So I'm gonna start off with, I mean, it's simple and it's gonna be to motivate people. By next year, I'll more than likely be at over 300 push-ups. And others, it ain't just about push-ups, but that's just that as far as accounting a scale factor. And I'm gonna start off literally from, because this is gonna show people how easy it is and how you can be holding your own self back in mind through idleness and laziness. It ain't been laziness with me. I just been having so much shit stress me out till it ain't fun, to where I just stopped. But I can't do that. That's something I learned. And I'm gonna start off with one push-up. That's how I did it. How I'm gonna do it. You start off with one push-up every day. This is to teach oneself something. If you can't get on the floor and do one push-up, and every day add a push-up to that. Every day. Just add one more to build yourself. That should let you know who the problem is. Enough right there. That's pathetic if you can't get on the floor and do one push-up. And it started off with one. It started off with one. Now, by the end of the month, and the thing is, you do it at different times of the day. A lot of y'all work. Me, I ain't on nobody's job. I'm not. I work for self. I'm just getting paid later. That's how it's gonna roll. And getting paid grands. And not and when I say grand, I mean big amounts is in grand like that. Now, when we talking about the amount, we look here. Starting off in the tens of millions, and I never thought I'd be able to say that, but like when you didn't talk to art dealers and stuff like that, man, look, bro, it is what it is. Niggas can think what they want at this point, but it's in, bro. It's only, that's why I say it's only a matter of time. And once I'm done, it's set in stone. People got to listen to what I'm saying. Once I'm done, it's set in stone. It's going to be a pyramid. Period, bro. And at the end of the day, bro, it's all about building oneself from one point and realizing, you know, you just add one brick. I was listening to Will Smith's little stuff that he been coming out with on his you know, he got his little workout thing he been doing too. It's all about adding one brick every day. And it's crazy how I heard him say that after I had already came up with that, you know, just at 3 times of the day. As soon as you wake up in the morning, start off with that first push-up. Every part of your body. That's how you want balance. You start off with you do your legs, push-ups. Don't take, I don't do the leg day thing, because in nature, our ancestors and stuff like that, they didn't do leg day, arm day. They didn't do that. They was walking around every day using their legs, and they lived quite longer, and they didn't have the problems that we got. So I don't believe in that leg, the off day shit. I don't believe in that, because they worked every day. Every day. I ain't talking about the slaves. I'm talking about the people who built the pyramids and stuff like that. Every day. Period. You start off with one. As soon as you wake up in the morning, hit every section of your body. You're just doing one. If you can't do that, come on now. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It reflects on oneself that if you can't start something, if you can't, you the problem. You go in the morning, and then at 12 o'clock, you come back. You do the same thing again. One push-up. That's all. And then before you go to bed, after you do that. The next day that you wake up, day 2, you add one more. And guess what? This is breaking your body in slowly. And you can do more if you want to, but just out of wisdom, it makes it easier when you just follow the flow of time, follow chronological order. That's how that way you ain't stressing yourself out too much. You ain't looking at it, therefore, like, man, I'm about to just go ahead. Man, I don't know if I want to do it today. I don't know if I can do 20 today. I don't know if I can do 40 today. You ain't going to look at it like that once you Start off small and you add in every day. You starting off small if you can't, because you're gonna look at it like, man, if I can't do this small little thing, I'm tripping. Period. You gonna look at it like I'm just idle and lazy. So from that point, man, I'm just going to continue to share my journey with people so that people can see building from one point and growing up into the next. Um, and by the end of the month at 30, by day 30, you'll realize that you hitting 30 reps for every single set, every part of your body by day 30. That's just 1 month. Your body gonna start to feel and look different just from that. And then month 2, that's 60 days. You'll be doing 60 push-ups by that time, literally, with ease, because you built yourself up to that point. 30 more days, you'll be at 90. Your whole body in 30, just in 3 months, you'll be looking and feeling different just by following routine and chronological order. So I just wanted to share that as far as the mentality of building oneself up from ground zero and staying consistent with your dreams and stuff like that. Whether it's your body or anything else that you work, do in life. It's easy to get off track with anything when you got stuff going on in life. Um, but I ain't making any excuses for nothing. Period. Period. Like I got my mind focused on nothing but pure growth. And that's all that I know. And I want to be able to share that with people so that they can grow too. I'm pretty sure most will do that on their own terms, but yeah, man, this is just gonna be awesome. In 2022, like I say, the number 2 is the number of change. That's the number of change. There's gonna be a lot of changes next year. I'm not trying to be a prophet. I'm just following the order of what I'm seeing. It's gonna be a lot of changes. Stuff that people ain't ready for. That's why the fire been going up this year. Foundation was set last year. The fire been going up this year. So I mean, I'm just really grateful for where I'm at, man. I realize I could be anywhere, anywhere. Like, and I think your actions, bro, determine where you might be in the next life. So I want to make sure that my actions impact people in a great way. I also want to make sure that they're everlasting and they last through the test of time. I realize that everything is like the butterfly effect. You do one thing right now, and it'll affect everything else later. Every small thing. One person sneeze and they infected with something. That's a small action. Well, a whole pandemic can start from one person being sick and one small sneeze. Everything. When people say everything is connected, all actions matter, even your thoughts. Your actions is going to ripple out into every small action into other action. Yeah, other actions, other choices that other people choose to make, and including yourself. The choices that we make every day is based on choices that we made preliminary and in the past, the previous day. So I'm uh I'm not gonna prolong this one anymore. Like I told people, and I gotta make sure I stay on check because I ain't got nobody notifications or nothing on. But I am making for sure that niggas don't, catch a nigga off guard. And when a nigga go live, I'm trying to be one of the first ones around. Excuse me for burping. So they ain't got to worry about other people trying to double team me because that's what people will do too. People got a double team, triple team, quadruple team. Got to have other people come on the panel and help them come against me. You know, and interrupt and stuff like that. So I got to make sure that I'm the first one up there, and I'm gonna go from there. But y'all will see an appearance from me, and 9 times out of 10, I know I've said it before. But when people talk like this, is really gonna show that that so-called ain't the only one doing what he doing, and he definitely ain't the greatest. I ain't even putting myself up there above nobody, because like I say to others, I see everybody on the level, but you can let the people choose that at the end of the day. As far as it ain't even no battle at this point. I'm not trying to compete with anybody but myself. I've always said that. That's why I always show my past work and how it looked in the past compared to how it does now, and it's done nothing but improve. Cause I ain't competing with nobody but myself. So I'll be around. That's what people can know. And I ain't ever giving up, man. I'm gonna continue to grow. And it might not be through numbers on YouTube. That's a different story as far as numbers on YouTube. At this point, I'm done trying to grow. At this point on YouTube, I don't think that that's ever gonna happen. At this point, and, I'm not gonna keep on fighting with that. But as far as personal growth, I'm gonna continue to grow no matter what. I will not stay in the same spot. And also semen retention. A lot of y'all guys don't think that that is real. Y'all don't believe in that. VOIFYI. I don't know what that means, Marine, Marianne, or Marlene. I can't see that. Marlene Bear. I don't know what that means, bro. But anyway, semen retention is real for the people who think that it ain't. It's a real deal thing. And the reason why I say that is because in nature, you would not be um, busting nuts all the time, especially being with one woman. Uh, the reason that we have reproductive organs is not for really pleasure, but more so for reproducing. That's what it's about. And your life energy is that. Literally, that's what gives life. So if people think just wasting it is anything productive, you're really doing yourself more harm than you might realize. Uh, and I ain't the only one who can concur on that. There's other people that's bigger than me, like uh, Illuminati and other people who have been speaking about this for years. And so I just don't talk about it. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this one be terminated here because I know I said that in the past, but I'm gonna let this one go ahead and stop here. I still don't know what that means. VOI dot F. I know F for your information. I already know that one, but I don't know what that other one is. But anyway, man, I'm gonna go ahead and cease this one. I'm gonna get out of here. Might keep this up, might not. Who knows? I might. But I definitely wanted to let it be known that I am appreciative and wanted to give just a little bit of this eye-opening point. I also have thought about the stuff they talk about as far as that time travel stuff, the alien messages. They say that they've sent messages to aliens. That's what I was thinking about as far as time travel as well, vaguely earlier when I was speaking on that, is like they've sent messages to so-called aliens. I ain't saying that, this and that, but this might be something that would be sent to something like that. It's like a message. Because that's literally what the Nazca lines, that's a big message that's in the ground. Literally. This is something that could be sent as a message to the future. To some, that's why I said that. It's my mind is trying to put it together. It's coming together slowly. Um, and that's how it was when I made the discovery in the first place, honestly. So that's why, I know that I'm following my intuition, and I'm that's something I'm definitely focusing on and trying to decrypt, because I'm figuring out this loop and trying to break this question and cycle on that. And the message that it would be, like I say, it's a map. Those crop circles and stuff like that, they think the aliens created. And I know other people will speak on what ancestors said and stuff like that. But what they fail to speak about is the fact that all of the ancient cultures, just like they say it's a flat earth, they fail to speak about the fact that they spoke about so-called aliens, beings from the sky. Every last culture coming down and giving some type of knowledge. They don't want to speak about that though. They they don't they don't want to speak about that right there, straight up. I ain't saying green men, and like people love to coin that term. I'm not saying that that's the case and that's what it is, but the same people who would say that they don't believe in the skulls when they was Aboriginal people, when the Aboriginal people was talking about the skulls and stuff like that, well, they're the same people who were believing and have made videos on the elongated skulls. Those elongated skulls were not only in Africa like they spoke about. People forget about places like Nazca, and this is over here on the land, the continent that we share and is on, America. Central America, South America, North America, that's all connected. That's what I'm telling people, is what, even with, I got so much stuff that I could show, but I ain't gonna do it right now. Once I do it, I gotta do on the other. I'll be back and I'll go more in depth about it. But I'm looking at the connection between Nazca and the Buddhists. That was spoke about. That's why I say it ain't no nigga gonna sit up and say they the only one qualified, because like I say, the Chicana that I've been speaking about, this symbol that I'm working on, is the same exact architectural structure that temples in like if I pronounce it correctly, the Chicana Shava temple. I can go on the internet. I can do that. I will at least do that real quick. How was it spelled? No, it ain't. I know that ain't it. That probably ain't it. Is that it? Did I spell it right? Let's see. Check on the. Yeah, I did. Okay. And I'm gonna show it real quick. Now, this was built in India. And if you pay attention to it, Golly, man. Okay, I'm gonna do sky view. There we go. That's a good one. See, it's the same exact architecture. That's why people confuse the Nazca sun star that I'm decrypting and my work goes into as a Buddhist mandala. I'll zoom in on it so that people can even take count. It ain't even just one. The whole freaking system is really built on it. You can see the exact arc. You can count the steps. That'll be, if you go from over here where my work really is structured, is 0, 1, 2 right there in the middle, 3 and 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It's the same exact system. Then you got a bigger one over here. Okay. This right here is just showing in one instance that no man can sit up here and say that they're the only one qualified when I'm sitting up here connecting dots. Literally, I'm literally connecting dots. Period, point blank. This, if you think about that, the Chakana Shava is how it's spelled. Chakana Shava sounds very much like Chakana. Okay. So I'm out of it. Golly. I ain't mean to go to maps. Chakana Shava. Chinake Shava. That's how it's spelled or pronounced. Chinake Shava. Chinake Shava. That's how it's spelled. Chinake is like the inverse of Chakana. This is the Chakana symbol right here, the Andean cross. That's the Andean cross. That's where my work goes into. That's the center of my work. Okay. And one thing that a brother brought up was the Hunab Ku. Well, this is also my work. That's what. So this right here looks just like my work, even if you count it. That's the number 2 right there. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It's just not created on the square and perfect. It's the same exact math. So how in the world could one person say that they the only person qualified to talk and speak on something when I'm literally creating work that's going beyond what you see right there? It's actually explaining more in depth because this same person who says that ain't even did that. And if they was the only person qualified, they wouldn't have a video in the past where they said, even I haven't done that, brother, as far as when I first showed the 4.5. The jealousy ain't from over on this side. I'm telling people, I'm proving people. Niggas wish they had my abilities, wish they had my talent so that they could express exactly what I'm expressing, wish that they figured out exactly what I figured out because they know that it would put their name that much deeper in the cosmology joint. It would amp up their statistics. It would be that one more thing added to their roster. So they choose not to support in hopes that I never get off of the ground and want to muddy the waters. How do they muddy the waters and what I'm saying? That's why they say certain stuff about 45 degrees. That's why they say that. That's why they've said in the past stuff about a demonic 45-degree angle when they was talking about rockets. But I proved that things, when they're projected, they travel at 45. They travel their farthest possible length at 45 degrees of an angle. So the same person who said the demonic 45 degrees talked about a sister when they was on their own channel and or Facebook or whatever, and her feet was that certain way. Same person said, and her feet is at a demonic 45-degree angle. But they get on their own paint and then try to recreate what the ancestors said. And they use a 45-degree angle. A demonic 45-degree angle is what it is, as they say too. So, I mean, it's just silly. It's completely silly. And that ain't my full, of course, it's only a piece. But that's not my full thing that I'm bringing. And this is just really silly to think that somebody think that just because they get on the computer and they've been talking about something, they're the only one qualified. That's like saying the ancestors, it was only one person qualified to speak on it back then, some supreme ruler who was qualified to speak on cosmology, but nobody else was qualified. That's silly. There's one person who want all of the shine from it, and they don't want to assist anybody else who's trying to get up off the ground with what they doing that just so happens to link into the same path. It's jealousy and envy. And it ain't coming from me because, like I say, I'm very grateful. And the person that I'm going to be showing myself growing into over time is going to be amazing. Period, point blank, nothing less than. So I'll let that be that, man.